wait for a random event, galactic-wide event. As for diplomacy, we're leading on military, we're second on technology. Let's have a quick look at our spending. Should I switch over to emphasize research a little more? I think we're okay there. We also have enough of a stockpile of credits that I'm fine running this deficit. And the reason we have all of those extra credits is because we've been investigating all of these ancient relics and space junk and all the rest. Okay, so just some neutral faction ships wandering around. Great for growing food, but not so great for growing people. Since these guys don't use food, I'm guessing that's a completely wasted bonus for Veritalis as a your planet. There's a starbase over here, that a mining starbase that we could go and make some trouble for. If I were to go and eject this entire fleet, I would need a larger logistics score, it would seem. So, this guy, I have space for one more ship. Let's go and eject that ship, have them join up with these guys. Alright, so that's this looks like a good expeditionary force. Let's send them out and go and investigate Massive Effects territory. Let's go look at the graphs. As far as military strength goes, he's slowly rebuilding, but I think we're fine hanging out here. Let's leave this guy in the space station. We'll have plenty of point defense here. I should probably, after I grab Planetary Invasion, we'll finish out the more advanced kinetic weapons and we'll build out some more ships that pack a little more offense. We're 30% towards an influence victory. Spread your culture through 76% of the galaxy. Your cultural influence must still be in control of 44% of the galaxy. And I must have that for more than 10 turns. Alright, well, we could, when we complete this constructor, the creator with the constructor module, that's in one turn. We'll go run out over here as far as we can, as far as our range, our life support systems allow. We'll drop an influence station, and that'll act as a station to let us leapfrog over to collect the Illyrium. And then the Illyrium station will be mining, but that'll also spread a little bit of our influence as well, I believe. So maybe we can win by culture if military ends up being pretty tedious. But we do have the upper hand right now because we defeated Mass Effect's very focused, very missile-heavy focused fleet with our point defense defender interceptors. So I guess we should take advantage of his current weakness by poking in here and maybe destroying his mining starbase. We got a little more in our treasury thanks to investigating some more space junk. And we'll have this guy go and investigate that bit of space junk. Wow, I really like the combination of or stacking up the hyperdrive modules. Having that much movement is fantastic. Alright, so we have an idle shipyard. The creator, well, or is that over by our capital? Okay, do I want, until I have the enhanced kinetic weapons, I don't really want to build anything else out of here. So let's go and unanchor this guy and then move him closer to the front lines, maybe closer to some of the other planets so that we can switch the sponsors around later if we want to as well. So let's just move him to here for now. That seems good. Queue up the moves. And these guys don't have any ships on defense. We will have planetary invasion technology in 2 turns, and we'll be able to poke around with that. Right, idle ship. There's the creator done. He's got 9 movement, which we wanted so that we could get over to either the Illyrium, which is out of our range, or just to boost our range over to, say, the research relic, and also get away from the pirates quickly. So let's push over to here. We have very, very limited sensor range, so hopefully no one pops out and surprises us, but most of the other ships have very limited movement. And then we've got a guy here with some beam weapons. Let's go meet up with the rest of our fleet, and that's the turn. The site is protected by pirates. No, do not engage. So that means this site is protected by pirates. We don't have any defense, so we'll just head over to this bit of space junk instead. Alright, let's rotate around so we're facing the enemy borders. So here's the mining station in question. It's got a decent spread of offense and defense. How does that stack up with our fleet here? We deal a lot of kinetic, so we should be able to break through his kinetic. We don't have any beam defense, so we might run into some trouble there. We would likely lose a ship or 2, but it would mean that we would cut down access to both the Promethean and the Durantium. I don't think attacking the starbase is going to be worth it. Are we going to win that? The missiles will deal no damage to us. Neither will the kinetic. Alright, I think... Fine, let's... Oh, it's outside of our fleet range. What's our maximum fleet range here? Alright, well, if that's the case... Collectively... Is there an easy way to see what my range is? Ship range is 12.6. Ship details here, 12.6. Alright, so they all have 12.6 range. We go and look at the starbase. Let's turn the grid back on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's just out of range of our ships here. Okay, so it's our turn again. But we have a... It's supposed to be our turn. Did we run into a glitch? It says wait, but it also says it's my turn. Let's see. I also sent a chat message. It looks like we've run into a bit of a technical difficulty here. So... The turn indicator suggests it's my turn. But I have my actual next turn, or next available unit. Next action button says wait, and typing in the chat doesn't seem to work. So Massive Effects, if you can hear me. Okay, so we had a timeout / disconnect. All right, so let's go and completely go and restart GalCiv. That seems like the safest way to go about it. Oh, there's an update. Okay, let's hope that the update doesn't break the game. Alright, so we're launching the game. It's now been updated with something. And Massive Effects has run into some sort of a problem on his setup as well. We're loading up GalCiv on my PC. Hopefully we'll be able to continue this. It's been slow moving, but interesting. Definitely more engaging playing against a human than against the AI. The AI is bad, but there's just the added fun of going head to head with one of your friends, or in this case, one of my loyal moderators, Twitch moderators. All right, well, while I'm waiting for Mass Effects to get that booted up, we can watch the intro video here.
How can this be? Earth is surrounded by an alien armada. Our allies lie in ruins. Their worlds ravaged. I don't see how we can be the...
Oh, sorry about canceling the opening video there. I was trying to raise the volume on the GalCiv for so we could hear what they were saying about the Terrans, but for some reason it's not interacting with my volume mixer, and it's really, really quiet relative to the rest of the game volume. All right, well, let's go and load this up again. Restore session. Loading up. And hopefully we'll be able to continue this game without any problems. Alright, well, while we're waiting, Rainman69, are you a developer for GalCiv? Maybe you can tell us a little bit about how the project's going, or what you do. The update apparently provides some multiplayer stability, so we are, at least my client, updated to whatever version was pushed out for GalCiv. So I'm playing the most recent version. Hopefully Massive Effects doesn't have any trouble downloading or running the latest version, and he'll be with us shortly. Okay, questions about the game. I don't think I've played enough to think up any really good questions. I guess I want to know um, what are the benefits of having high population? So I guess it provides you with the raw manufacturing points. Does it also affect your science? All right, Mass Effect is going to be taking a 3-minute break. That's fine with me. Hey, Fruit Strike, welcome to the stream. We've been playing around with GalCiv3. Both myself and Massive Effects are very new to GalCiv3. I'm new to the GalCiv series, and so is Massive Effects. And we've been playing a one-on-one match here. We've had a lot of fun. Massive Effects had a really clever plan of driving really hard up the missile tech tree, and was hoping to overwhelm me with that. But he was scared off by my starbase, and so he didn't press his advantage. And in the few turns that he was waiting for additional reinforcements, I researched anti-missile technology, some point defense weapons, and then quickly upgraded the 2 ships that I had in the starbase to extreme anti-missile tech. And so he lost all 5 of the ships that he had sieging my forward starbase. And so now I'm in a really good position here. And so I'm interested to see where we can go from here. Okay. So each of I think there are a whole bunch of different tech trees. So that's interesting. Endless 24, we are playing multiplayer GalCiv right now. I guess my question for Rainman 69 is, are they ever going to implement some version of simultaneous turns? Because I guess with just 2 people, it's not that bad doing the sequential turns. But if you were doing 4 players or even a worst case scenario, 6 players, the sequential turns would become unbearably long. I mean, I guess like if you were all in the same room or having or talking about something unrelated to the game, then it's the same as playing Hot Seat. And I have played Hot Seat Civilization with my friends, but is there going to be any simultaneous turn implementation for multiplayer in GalCiv? So I am ready. And we begin. I think you did get the first shots off with your missiles, but almost all of them were intercepted by point defense. I don't know if you watched that battle in the full mode, but it was pretty glorious from my end. I was worried that you were going to finish off my main fleet with your attack. All right, so we're back in the game. Let's see. That's Massive Effects' turn. We've got these guys here. They are right at the edge of their operational range. We can't hit Primeval, a planet named after mine own heart, and we can't actually hit this mining starbase either. So the most we can do is sort of guard this corridor for our invasion army, try to take some of these planets. And then from there we'll have the extended range to attack these starbases and maybe some of the other planets that the UR are currently controlling. The other option would be to research a technology that gets us more life support, or retrofit these ships to give them some more life support. But I think I'd rather just leapfrog forward, acquire some new planets, and push forward from there. So apparently the update messed with Massive Effect's preferences, and now he's scrolling off of the screen in a way that just doesn't work for him. But it's my turn again. Hopefully Massive Effects can deal with any interface hiccups. And as for this fleet, let's maybe have a look at what's happening over in Primeval. And we are one turn away from planetary invasion. What's the deal here? Did my science get cut? We have research coming through. Shipyard idle. Let's see. New Iconia. Okay, so this guy wants to unanchor and head over this way. So we did get set back a few turns. Planetary invasion. I should be producing research per turn. Maybe that's just a slight glitch on the turn timer prediction. Alright, well that's fine. Next turn, no, we don't want to engage the pirates, so we're just back a turn or two. Let's skip that bit of space junk, and we'll move on forward. Well, if we are some turns back, does that mean is the constructor on his way? Is he right here? Okay, so we want to eject the creator / constructor. So we've queued the eject, moving next turn. And if we did want to get some more income, I suppose. Alright, we'll keep on moving forward here. Maybe we'll anchor this guy. Fine, let's anchor him here, and we'll eject this ship, have him run out to here, and in fact, let's set the rally point to Prilea Starbase 1. Rally point, Starbase, Prilea, set destination. But I also want I think it's safe enough to get a cargo hauler out there. So first of all, let's look at the ship designer, cargo hauler. We've got tons of environmental support. How much range does a cargo hauler really need? Ship range of 88. I don't think we need that much. Let's get rid of some of these modules. If we even just 50 is probably more than enough. Or 40, yeah, 40's gotta be enough. And doesn't need more movement. Let's give it hyperdrive plus. So 5 moves, that seems reasonable. A little more hyperdrive, up to 6 moves. Double hyperdrive, 7. Alright, let's save that. Cargo hauler M3. That'll do. And then let's see how much money we can get off of a cargo ship here. That'll be done in 5 turns. These guys are going to investigate the primeval planet. And then idle colony. We've finally finished the Xenofactory upgrades. We've got a market center. We might want to get some... Where is our tourism map? Do I want some more influence being spread out from here? I guess it wouldn't be bad. We are relatively close to pushing culture. We've got a lot of space. We could turn this guy into a research planet. Helpful to traders and manufacturing. Alright, well, if manufacturing is this planet's deal, we can drop another factory. And we've got an idle ship here. Here's the creator ship. We're going to run over to here. Hopefully not too close to the pirates. I shouldn't have done that blind. Hopefully these guys don't have 3 movement, but they might. In which case, that was a big mistake. Alright, I'll up here. What's this guy up to? We got a little gold for our treasury. Let's go and investigate down in this direction. And hope that the creator is not going to be attacked by pirates. Luckily, they had 2 moves instead of 3. Alright, research-wise, choose a new tech. Colonization. We don't need anything here. We might want to get some boosts to our research. Although I was saying that I wanted to finish researching the investments I had into kinetic weapons. So we already have this stuff. I'm not entirely sure why it's in gray. Countermeasures we've also started researching a bunch into. Let's finish researching kinetic augmentation. We've got 1 movement point left. We may as well go to the limit of our supply range here. And here, this planet is out of range and there's nothing we can really do. Alright, we'll swing back and we'll start producing some invasion force. So, if I look at what are our options for invasion forces? We look at the designer. New design. A transport, is that what we want? Let's go back. Cancel this, and what are our current ships looking like? Core ships. Colonizer, transport, okay. What does the basic transport have? Look at the basic transport in the designer. It's got a whole bunch of life support, which is more than we need. Our ship range is, we definitely don't need all of that environmental support, so let's use this design, cancel that out. Hyperdrive Plus is fine, interstellar sensors is not necessary. Ditch all of that. Ship range is 31, ship range down to 22 is plenty, and then transport module, okay. So I think that's fine, these guys don't need anything else. Save that. Support ship. In fact, maybe I want to get this guy even more movement. Since waiting for him to get across the map is a bit of a pain. Alright, well how long would it take me to build him out as is? So the transport 1, 7 moves and range of 59. Where is transport 2? User, transport 2. It's 4 turns. That's fine. Let's put him out in front. I'd rather test out some land invasions than see how much money I can make off of a cargo ship. Let's have a look at these graphs again. Has Mass Effect's been building up his military? He has been building out a few more ships, but we're still dominating on that strength track. We're tied on power. I might need to do something about my Empire happiness here. Let's have a look at these planets. Are we reaching maximum population? We have reached maximum population. So definitely sending off some troops might be a good plan here. Yep, all of our planets have reached maximum population. We want to colonize and take planets by force then. And I guess while we're at max population, we don't have to worry too much about our approval. The only thing that it's that we're losing then is our influence. Which I suppose we might want to boost up a little higher, since that's the victory condition that we've made the most progress on. Okay, new Iconians is working on that transport. 7 moves. Oh, wait, I didn't want to cancel that. Oops. I'll keep on building that. Did I just destroy some production? Maybe I did. But in any case, let's see how long it would take for our transport to get over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3 turns. That's reasonable. These guys have 3 population and 3 population, if I'm reading the icons correctly. So it should be a fairly easy invasion then, since we'd have as many troops as there are citizens on the planet. But we'll definitely want to have ships to defend our guys as well. Let's go and move down to, say, here. We want to be within range of the research relic. This seems like a good a spot as any. Let's go and set up a starbase. And we'll upgrade the starbase to Xenoarchaeology Laboratory. That'll definitely work. And then, do we want a military ring or a culture ring? Let's go for culture here. And then this secondary starbase will go and work on another constructor. The crater ×2, the crater Mark III. Queue that guy up, and then that go and start mining the Illyrium. We're not doing very well on economy. We still have a decent stockpile of money. But we're really good to try to get some trade routes going. Okay, this is giving us 10% to our colony research. Both of those are set up. Alright, so that's not bad. Idle ship up here. Swing up over this way and see if there are any relics to explore. Doesn't seem to be. we'll have kinetic augmentation in 7 turns. Go look at our ship production. We've got a colonizer completing in 2, a cargo hauler in 4, and has... What's happened to the transport? Put that out in front. I'd rather finish that transport first. And these guys can just park themselves over here. So that's the turn. Faction power is about even. Economic power, massive effects is leading there by quite a bit. Military power, he's stable. He hasn't built any ships recently, and our military power has gone down for one reason or another. Our population is flatlining since we've reached max population in almost all of our planets. Massive Effects' influence has gone up. And he's catching up on production. So this is worrying. I do need to start taking planets from him. Now let's have a look at this. We're now at 34%, dropping that starbase did capture some more territory for us. And apparently Massive Effects is making good progress towards the tech victory. And that's making him feel much better about his position in this game. I still have no idea what the rest of his territory looks like. I feel like it's just this little area here, and the entire small map is just this hexagon. So we control maybe a third of the map, and he controls a quarter. Is there a way I can check current standing 1 of 2? Alright, so it's our turn again. Let's pop through this nebula. He's got a mining station here grabbing Durantium and Thulium. We have one of those going ourselves. I really like the extreme scanning range on this scout here. Alright, so that's the turn. Over here we've got a fleet. Don't spoil my strategy. Yep, Massive Effects is listening to my running commentary, but that's fine. It's only fair because sometimes I do take some long turns, so if he didn't know what I was doing during those turns, it would get kind of frustrating. Well, let's see. Where is my troop transport at? It's still under construction, that's fine. Maybe I should divert my fleet to deal with these pirates. They have strong stats in beam weapons, and we don't really have any beam defense. So that might be difficult to deal with. Alright, so we can go and load our colony ship here. We may as well grab everyone we can since we're at maximum capacity. That looks our maximum population for the food that we have in these planets. And we'll send this guy over either. The class 9 is probably what we want to go for here, and it also takes us away from these pirates. Okay, what do we have here? Iconia. This is the Iconians' original homeland. They were forced to flee by their sentient AI. He's got 1.4 citizens in Iconia, so that should be really easy to invade. Here's the starbase. He's building a unit which he's named CPU Anti-K. So that's one reason not to be too descriptive with your ship names. He's probably building something to counter my kinetic damage. Proxy Prime 3. Was this star naturally named Prime? Let's see, can I rename some of my own stars? Doesn't seem like I can. So just by coincidence, Massive Effect had a system named Prime. Okay, so I mean, if we got a troop carrier with a lot of movement, we could run in and try to steal some of these planets. That's probably not going to happen anytime soon, but it is something to consider. So Ray, if you're still in chat, Viable Necrosis asks what Fortitude is. And I myself have no idea what Fortitude is. Okay, the troop transport is finishing next turn. We'll see what we can pull off with that. And are all of my planets sponsoring shipyards? So yes, they are. I have a total of 4 planets and 2 shipyards. 2 planets per shipyard. We can look at all of these mining animations while we're waiting. These are the Promethean harvesters skimming some sort of a resource off of the surface of this gas giant. And Duranthium, it's a glowing meteor slash asteroid. And in order to mine that, you've got to build a huge towering mining facility. I do like the look of that. Endless 24 says that Fortitude stands for hull technologies, which are supposed to make your ships more durable. So what does Massive Effects have planned here? Let's have a look at the military strength graph again. No new units there, but it seems like when your units are hiding inside starbases or on planets, then they don't register on this military strength graph. Alright, so it's our turn again. We can continue with scouting enemy territory. This guy right here. Asteroids. More strategic resources. And we've got some space junk we could potentially investigate here. We won't go all the way. just in case there's a fleet that could threaten our extremely fast scout ship. These guys, they don't have any ships defending them. Why don't we go and park over here to prevent reinforcements from coming in, and then we do have a troop transport that, if it hasn't launched yet, should launch next turn. Okay, so this is our first transport. Ready for conquest. There are the troop pods. And apparently they launch individual landing pods. Starship Trooper style. Cool. Alright, so let's load that up fully since New Iconia is already at maximum carrying capacity. We may as well put as many guys onto this cargo ship as possible. And where do we want to send this? Which of these planets looks better? Lush versus Paradise. We can try to take down the Paradise world, and let's go and add a few of these guys. Eject ships. These guys will go and escort the troop carrier. So that seems good. Idle ship. Those guys can pass the turn. Flip this over. Alright, it's our turn again. This guy can push to here. I don't see any ships roaming around. We've got a starbase here that's mining some antimatter. Oh man, I would have liked some antimatter. Let's go and pick up some of this space junk. Lots of relics that we can grab too. The antimatter would be really nice. Unfortunately, we don't have any antimatter sources on our side of the map. Antimatter would give us stronger missile tech, or at least we'd be able to equip better missiles to our ships. Is New Iconia any happier now that we've launched some of our population onto troop carriers? Doesn't seem so. We've got kinetic augmentation in 2 turns. Looking over at the governance screen, we're splitting down the middle between production and science, with more spending on military or space-based stuff, which is fine because I'm pumping out spaceships that I actually want. I don't mind running a deficit. We've got a good treasury stockpiled here. So we can try to get our first planetary invasion down. From there, just leapfrog through as many of these planets as we can. And I think there's a starbase that I would get a huge bonus by eliminating. So over here, the starbase is collecting some resources. I don't think I can prevent him from building out any powerful ships if I take out those starbases, so I'd rather just deprive them of the planets. Let's see, where is our troop carrier? Right over here. So that's all of that movement used up. These guys only have 3 movement, so we'll meet up and try to take this planet next turn. Idle ships, I guess we can hang out in the asteroids. Asteroids, what kind of defensive bonus is that supposed to get us? 1, looks like we can hide. I don't know if that's purely graphical or if it's a game mechanic. So we've got a fleet hidden in the asteroids. Idle ship, we'll just pass the turn there. And we can colonize a planet, yes. Animals to tame. Do I want an approval bonus, a manufacturing bonus, or a even stronger manufacturing bonus? We'll go down the malevolent path, since that's what we've been going for so far. This is a haven. Gross income plus 50% will turn this guy into a wealth generating area then. So let's go and drop a market center there and there. That's probably good enough for the next 10 turns. Idle ship right over here. Wow, Massive Effects has dropped a lot of star bases. So antimatter here, Illyrium. I would like to take down his sources of antimatter. And this relic is just out of our range. Right, so we could go maybe for the space junk, or keep on exploring at the limit of our range. And research. We just finished the superior kinetic weapons. Let's up our ability to conquer planets. So along the central line, planetary invasion, fortification, or invasion optimization. Stellar Marines. Planetary bombardment sounds good. Information warfare also sounds good. They all lead to the same thing. I don't know specifically what sort of benefits they give me. What sounds better? Information warfare against robots sounds especially effective. So let's go for that. MatisRF, welcome to the stream. The sequential turns does mean that the game is taking a little longer than maybe it's meant to. I do like the slow pace that the ships have limited movement, and so you have time to respond to your enemy's fleets, and that there is a real incentive to get more hyperdrive. I do like the slow pace on that end. But if you're playing with more than 2 players, waiting for your turn could be pretty brutal. Hey Kezbar, welcome to the stream. We're having a pretty fun time playing our first multiplayer game here against your fellow mods, Massive Effects. And, well, Massive Effects is taking a nice long turn here. I wonder what he's got planned. Let's have a look at his research levels. Versus, I mean, our current research is higher than his. Is this per turn output? Or, yeah, it's per turn output. So we're pumping more science per turn than he is at the moment. But if we flip over to the diplomacy screen, we are second on tech. We're leading on almost all of these categories. The only thing we're lagging on is economic power, faction power, and influence. Although we do control more of the map with our influence. Yeah, we're still number 1 of 2 on cultural the current influence ranking. All right, so it's our turn again. Let's see, where does this guy want to go? We may as well explore at the limit of our range. There's a pirate fleet here, some space junk that we could head over towards, and some more artifacts to explore or survey. All right, so that sounds good. We've got our fleet waiting here. let's group these guys up here. We don't have planetary bombardment yet. The planet doesn't appear to have any defenses. But perhaps we should add a few units to this fleet just in case. I don't think I know what to expect from planetary bombardment. Oh, well, that's what we're information warfare. So we don't even have any of that online yet. If there are no ships in the way, I guess it's just we send down our troops and see how they fare against the native population. And any other ships in the fleet have no effect. But just in case, we'll go and add one of the ships that adds a little bit of kinetic damage to this guy before we go and try our hand at a ground invasion. Alright, idle ship. This guy will go and investigate the space junk. Bunch of gold for our treasury, or credits, 100 billion credits. We just got the Xeno Factory Margus 2. We completed construction of a factory on Margus 2, which apparently is one of our planets. Great. And let's go investigate some more of this stuff. A TA scout and another neutral faction. Fair enough. Alright, so on the topic of adding a little more punch, to the invasion force, let's go and eject this ship. Move them over here. Have these guys join up. And then start the invasion. Planet is undefended. Invade with populated transports. Okay, so that's this guy then. Conventional warfare. Likelihood of success is 99%. Sounds good to me. So we lose 10% of our invasion force due to planetary defense. They have strong resistance, but they only had a population of 3. And so that's the same size as our invasion force, and so we took them fairly easily. The defenders took more casualties than we did, and some improvements were lost. So let's have a look at this planet. Ooh, these look pretty cool. Research improvements, boost to tech percentage, manufacturing. Yeah, all this stuff looks great. Alright, are there any special tiles here? No. Alright, so that seems fine. We should probably queue something up. Maybe some more research. +1 research to adjacent, and also +1 military. Alright, well, let's drop a research lab right over there. And thin atmosphere, great for food, but not so great for growing people. Huh. So that's a huge food boost, but a reduction in growth. That's an interesting combination. And maybe we should drop some influence buildings here. Alright, well, we'll decide that after we build out that research lab. Alright, so idle ships. These guys can wait there. That's fine. And did that consume our troop carrier? It did. So we're going to need another one. Let's queue up. In fact, I don't like that it's taking them so long to get over. So I might want to put another hyperdrive module on this guy here. But since the ships are consumed, maybe I don't want to spend too much production on something that's just going to disappear after taking a planet. Set freighter, homeworld. New Iconia, sure, that's fine. And then we've got an idle ship. Well, we've got the freighter that we want to send out. Or is he already out there? There's the cargo hauler heading over to this spot here. Our nearest neutral faction would probably be over here. It's going to take us 5 turns. Do we have someone else? This guy right here, Kotov. We can get that set up in 3 turns. Alright, let's go do that. And then we've got an idle ship here. These guys will just wait for the next troop transport. We finished construction on the 2 Xeno factories. Let's go and sure, we can build out a happiness building. So the Haven +2 to approval levels. That means the entertainment center. Build that up there. That's 10 turns, that'll be fine. Idle ship. That guy can wait there. And how is our sensor ship doing? We're running over to this artifact. Some more treasury and a TA scout. Alright, so our fast moving scout has scouted pretty much everything within range. We can bust this last bit of fog, I guess. Ooh, an economic relic and some other stuff out of range. Alright, when is my constructor coming? That'll be in 2 turns. We'll drop him over here. We'll pick up the 2 Illyrium sources, and then with Xenoarchaeology, we could have the Ascension Crystal and the Economic Relic. Yeah, that'll be good. And we do have another decent planet. We could grab this Earth-like planet here. I don't know if I need more planets. Especially if I can just capture them from the Yor. Alright, let's flip this back over and have a look at, well, faction power. After capturing that planet, we did pull ahead. We get a look at economic power. That took a bite out of Mass Effect's economy. Military power. Mass Effect is building up a few more ships here. We gained a little population and gained in influence. Total production, manufacturing, and research. Alright, so let's queue up 2 more transports then. Make it 3. So we want Expelliarmus, we want Primeval, and we want Iconia. But we might also need some ships to back that up. We did recently get some improved kinetic weapons, so let's see if that unlocks anything new for our ship designer. New design. Let's grab the gunboat. Outline again. I would like a lot of movement, but first, we've got the Durantium Driver. 12 kinetic attack, up from 8 on the prototype driver. We don't have any antimatter, we don't have any Illyrium, so let's toss that on, and now for some movement. So Hyperdrive Plus, and do I want thrusters? We have 8 mass left. What do I have that's fairly low mass? Maybe some sort of a defense. Hull plating. Point defense. 9. Alright, let's cancel that. Got an idle ship here. They can just hang out there. How's our troop transport doing? is not really doing anything. Meanwhile, this guy is getting ready to set up a trade route with Kotov. And perhaps while we're waiting, what should I do with the super fast scout ship? What's over in this spot? Just a tiny bit of unscouted space, apparently. Alright, what's our range? Now that we've captured Veritalis, we can go and park right beside the capital. Maybe we should do that. Let's see, these guys don't have a lot of attack damage. What we'll do is have him join back up with this fleet, and we'll head over this way and keep an eye on what massive effects might be doing. Okay, we just finished another creator. Let's build a colonizer. This guy's got the 5 movement. One of our secondary shipyard, and then idle ships here. The creator will run over to some Illyrium. Probably shouldn't have gone through pirate territory. Yeah, that was not the best pathing we ever did. So I think that creator is just dead. But luckily, this neutral faction fought the pirates for us. It's our turn again. Let's go and investigate this space junk. Small boost to the treasury. Alright. And that's everything. We're going to finish a troop transport in 1 turn. You cannot trade with enemies. Iconian fleet. Let's see. We could try attacking this starbase. And Kotov. The Kotov. We can't trade with enemies, apparently. What about these guys down here? Can we trade with them? Creator over to the Illyrium. And our next tech, choose tech. Let's grab Stellar Marines, plus 10% soldiering. That sounds useful if what we're going to be doing next is just capturing a whole bunch of planets. But I should definitely try to pump out some better ships. And some deflectors. And what we really want increases damage done by kinetic weapons. Mass module is 15. Increases range of all ships and fleet. Alright, let's grab some hull reinforcement here. And I can't place that for some reason. Alright, we'll cancel that. Alright, so just 12 damage. That's not really the most exciting ship. Maybe the Hyperdrive Plus is taking up a little too much room. Alright, fine. Conventional Hyperdrive then. Only 4 moves, and let's grab some point defense. Why can't I place this last module? The chaff then? Alright, that did it. Ship designer complete. Options. Done. Is this our new ship? For some reason, it didn't let me make that ship. Okay, so here's the interface. That was a little weird. Do I want an escort, guardian, support, assault, or interceptor? Let's set this guy to assault. Dive into the heart of battle. That sounds good to me. And what are we going to call this guy? Kinshore, sure. And ship designer options, that's fine. I think we've got... Okay, so the game crashed again. Alright, so we've had a little bit of instability with the game. It's been mostly fun, but a little frustrating at times. Massive Effects has a sneak attack planned in 6 turns.